Welcome, welcome to this new video. Today we're talking about following the calling, and under this expression, the calling, we might be uh, imagining something huge, something grand, and there can be a huge vision in where you're heading and what you want to achieve in life. But the real calling is in the now moment. It's the intuition, it's the bridge to your reality. We always know what to do, we always know what's right for us, but we don't follow the calling. We say no to ourselves based on, we make assumption and expectations, and based on what we've experienced, based on how we can't trust ourselves because we've learned that it's not safe to trust ourselves because we've been taught otherwise, we've been guided otherwise. But the calling is right for this moment. It's right here, right now. You know what to do right now. You need to allow yourself to try what works and what doesn't. And the calling now is a bridge to where you want to be, to your highest version. The calling is always a bit different because we're meant to learn and optimize how we do things and what we do. And the calling right now is guiding you to learn what you need to learn in order to be able to receive what is next and what you want. Okay, so there's a big vision of what you want right now, the whole big picture of what you want. But if you're not that version that is ready to receive it yet, you need to take the steps of the calling right now. You need to start with the little steps. Start changing how you do things now. Start adjusting how you do things and how you feel in those different situations in order to become the version for whom your vision comes naturally. This is what you need to do. This is the work in the between. But following the calling means the calling of now. The calling might be the smallest things, as to have breakfast if you're not used to having breakfast, or not have breakfast if you're used to having breakfast. Because only that small adjustment, seemingly small, is huge for our nervous system and has an immediate impact. And usually we start telling ourselves, oh, this is dangerous, because the nervous system reacts immediately. But this is scary. We don't want the reaction of the nervous system. We don't want the not knowing. It can feel empty. It can feel dangerous. It can feel scary. We can be so conditioned that it can feel like, well, if I don't have that breakfast, then my whole day is going to be ruined. My whole life, my whole health. Okay? If it's a healthy routine, then you're going to have no issue with it. No issue with adjusting it. But if it's something that can be done differently, if it's maybe something that doesn't make sense to you, with food, it's a great example. Figuring out things. If you're having some reactions to food or some indigestion or things like that, so adjusting the things and seeing that there's a lot of emotion stored behind the eating. There's a lot of stuff stored behind what you're experiencing, behind what you don't know how to deal with. And so, yes, the goal is to be healthy, have a healthy gut, to digest, have no pain at all throughout eating different foods, knowing what you eat, what you want to eat, what's good for you, what's healthy for you. That's the goal, okay? But the calling right now will be, then change something. Adjust and see what happens, and try to be there for yourself. Maybe the reaction will be so strong that then immediately you have to eat something, or the opposite. But this is the first step on how you can start observing it and how you can start seeing, okay, so there's something. There's a reaction of my nervous system. Therefore, there's a learning, there's a teaching. Because a reaction is a trigger, and there's something for me that I can learn from this. Because if I'm not satisfied with how it is, if it's not completely neutral, not in the passive way of I don't care, but neutral in, yeah, this feels good, this is supporting me, this type of habit is supporting me, I feel good with doing it. Every time I do it, I feel empowered, I don't need to change it. Then it's the alignment. That's great. If it's not, then trying to adjust it will first provoke a reaction of the nervous system. There will be everything coming out, the emotions flooding out, the suppressed stuff, the fear, the anger, the disappointment, whatever it is, the stories, the monologue, everything flooding out. This is dangerous. Oh, you can't do it because this is stepping out of the comfort zone with these little things. Okay, this is the little calling. Okay, I'll try to do it differently today. And maybe we'll stick back to where we were until we try again. Until we know what we need to do, how to grow stronger in order to take that next step, to try again, to adjust the routine. But everything we do must feel good in the end. And it's possible. It's absolutely possible. And in this state, there's no need for chronic pain to arise. In this state, there's no need for accumulating tension anymore, right? So that's the highest version, okay? That's the calling from now, adjusting that one action that will guide you as a bridge to where you want to be in your highest version, to the full alignment, okay? The calling will always be a bit different because we're meant to learn and optimize how we do things and what we do, which means we usually want to have the solution. We want to know what to do. Okay, this is the new habit. If I do yoga every day, that's it. I'll be healthy, I'll be fit, I'll be everything. My life will be solved. But if it's not aligned with you, then that one action will not change you, okay? Maybe that's not meant to be aligned with you at all. But maybe for a month, that's what you need. Yoga every day. And then after a month, the calling changes and you need to adjust things. You need to feel good in all aspects. And whenever you're forcing yourself to do something, you're not following the calling. You're going over the calling. You're going over yourself. If you're forcing yourself, I really don't want, but I'm gonna do it. There's a difference in being brave and trying the new way, being brave and trying to implement a new habit that is limited by some stored emotions, stored fear, etc. Because actually maybe we want to have that habit. There's a difference. And there's a difference in pushing yourself into doing what you don't want, which long term can never work. If you don't feel good throughout the whole process, then the process itself needs to be optimized and changed. And you need to adjust the way you do the things, but the calling always adjusts. The calling always, you always know what to do, okay? The calling is guiding you to learn what you now need to learn in order to be able to receive what is the next, what is that you want, the higher version. And we don't need to know where we're heading right now with this calling. The intuition takes you to where you are headed, step by step. Okay, so the calling or the intuition doesn't have to show you the whole picture of where you're gonna be, because that would be scary. That would swoosh you over. You would say, no way. And that's not for me. I'm never gonna be able to achieve that. So that's why the calling seemingly sometimes takes us only one step, and then we completely don't know. But what if I do this? Then I'll lose all I had, and I still don't know where I'm going. And that's okay. That's the trust. That's where the building of the trust comes in hand. It can feel like this in the beginning, taking the first step. What if I lose the other things? Because you're losing the old version of yourself whenever you make a new decision. But the calling will allow you to feel good. Feel good about yourself. Feel good within. You will know, yeah, this is what I need to do. This is the experience I need to do today. This is how I need to try to do things today. And then I'll try, and then I'll try. And then I'm gonna see, oh, I learned all of this, and I can try something else. And then I'll understand, looking back, I will understand, wow, all of this that felt like that it never can lead me to what I want, actually did, because I needed this to learn to get to the next step. The intuition is always guiding you in the right way. You're always doing the right steps. And we need to trust this calling. We only need to trust this calling. All the stuff in our heads needs to be sorted through, and the real calling that is calm and stable needs to be trusted. Okay, so maybe if you're overwhelmed, the inner monologue, that's not the calling. That's all the stuff that you haven't been able to sort through. Okay, part of the calling is, okay, deep down, I really know deep down what is right for me, what I need right now. But it might be under the layers of the stuff, of the monologue, of the speeches, of the situation, of our head spinning. Okay, so we want to connect to this calling within us. And to do so, we often need to calm ourselves. We often need to find some technique, whether it's meditation or breathing or whatever it is for you, just doing nothing, just sitting there. Some technique to connect to yourself right now. And you can do this right now, wherever you are, whatever you've been through, wherever you're heading. You're able to connect to yourself right now. You're able to connect to that calling. It's very easy. And it doesn't have to be much. It's going to be one little step. Wow, what do I really want to do right now, today? And then along the way, you will know, this is the calling. Because you can, in the beginning, make mistakes. You can try to follow calling that you think you should be doing. And then you adjust it into, I know myself. As you get to know yourself better, as you listen to the calling more, it strengthens. It develops a trust. Okay, I know what's the next step. And I also know that whatever comes next, I'm going to be able to take that next step. This is all it's about, the building of the trust. And the one step, the one calling right now is okay for us now, and we're capable of taking it. Might feel like, no, this is not for me. This is not for me now. I'm not there yet. I'm not ready for this. That might be the initial reaction. But we have what it takes in this moment to take the first step. And this way we get to the end step eventually. Okay? And yeah, we wouldn't be able to receive all we want right now until we become the version of ourselves that has it. It's like almost a paradox, but we must embody it in order to receive it naturally, to receive it with ease. We must become the version that has it already. Okay? Because if it's too overwhelming and too scary for us to receive what we want right now, which it is. Imagine if someone handed you $1 million right now. If you're there and if your nervous system is there, then you're not feeling any uncomfortableness in your body. But if you're not there yet, then maybe even me saying this has provoked a reaction of spirals, of something going on in your head, of something saying, I don't deserve it. Oh my God, what is she talking about? Blah, 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 blah. A lot, right? There can be a lot of stuff. If you were handed $1 million right now, in this moment, without having to deserve it, without having to work for it, without having, then if you're that version, if you embody that version, then you're gonna be, ooh, hello, hello, Missy. Visitors. I have a visitor here. Interesting. Visitors are always interesting. So, it's connected. Um, so if you embody that version, you're gonna be like, sure, 1 million because I receive 1 million every single day. If you're not, then it's gonna be a list of reasons why it's not possible for you, why you can't, why you don't deserve it, why it's not here for you, why it's here for the other people, why you're not there yet, why you can't, and the list goes on, right? Because you're defining yourself by what you know. Your mind is defining you by what you know, what you've experienced, what your story is. In this case, about money, what your relationship with money is. That your belief around money is maybe you have to work hard in order to receive it. It's exchange of your time or something, okay? And then there's gonna be a whole lot of judgment around a story constructed around those people that have money or that are receiving $1 million every day. There's gonna be a whole lot of constructs of why they are like that. And the same way it works with anything, with pain, for example. If we're the ones in pain, we have a whole story about those that don't experience pain. We don't even believe it. How can you experience pain? I experience so much pain. How can you experience pain? We can't even trust them. We believe, for sure they have pain, etc., etc. Okay. So we define ourselves by what we know. And if we embody the version of what is possible for us, of what we can have, then we have it. Then we are able to receive it. Until then, we're not. And we have a whole lot of reasons why not, why it's not possible. This goes to the self-healing, healing your relationships, your relationship with yourself. And that's the place where to start, because the people that are surrounding you right now are your biggest teachers. And yeah, that story is powerful that you have between them, the way you view them. And it has a lot to tell you. And the calling is always there right now to take you to the next step. eventually you'll find yourself in the last step. We don't need all the answers right now. We only need to build the trust within ourselves. And bonus point, or the second polarity of this is, if you really don't know what your calling is right now, it means wait and work on harmonizing and calming your system. Yes is a yes, and you know when yes is a yes. This is very important. Yes is a yes. And if you don't know, then it's wait and harmonize yourself, calm yourself, follow the emotions, allow them to flow, allow yourself to be. Work on this. And take the first step now on your self-healing journey. Your pain knows exactly what it needs today. You only need to be brave enough to listen to it and let it guide you. That's all it takes. You are able to take the first step to the calling right now. And if it's doing nothing or harmonizing yourself, then you will not know. That's the next step, but that's a step in itself. If it's a yes, hell yes, I know, take that step right now. You're taking it already. By listening to this, you're already taking it. You're already doing it. All right. Great video, powerful topic. Thank you for being here. Check the description box for more info on the individual coaching. I have a podcast about pain relief. There are some powerful topics there too. I'll slowly be adding some more episodes. And yeah, have a great day. And I'll see you in the next video, and follow the calling. Have a great day. Bye.